morning everyone. Going to be doing the positivity cards. Saphi's here, rubbing herself all over and giving him some good look. Which way are you going to choose a card? You want that one? Okay, we're having that one. She pushed on it and that's what flipped up. What a better way to, what a better way to get the cards. My energy is grounded to bring in a healthy energy flow. Right, well grounding. Actually, just pick 4 cards. I might do them all, we'll see. Grounding. Now that is, it's not just a spiritual thing, it's a mental thing as well. Grounding yourself, bringing yourself back to reality when you've been triggered, in whatever way works for you, whether it be music, something making you laugh, or something like that, distracting you from your spiraling thoughts. And it's recognising that you are having spiraling thoughts. Sorry about the tail. Her treats are on the table and she wants more. She's not getting any more, she already had some this morning. But bringing yourself back down to earth, basically, when you've been triggered. You can get it in both ways. You can be triggered where you're angry or upset, panic attacks, anxiety. Telling yourself that, well, especially when, maybe not with anger, but with anxiety and panic attacks, telling yourself that you're safe. Especially when it's an unwarranted sort of panic attack or anxiety attack. Trying to sort of bring yourself back down to reality to say, look, this isn't happening to me now. It happened to me in the past, but it's not happening now. I'm safe, I'm calm, I'm here in this world, here and now. I mean, even if you've got to go and wash your face or touch something, something cold, something warm, something fluffy, something soft, something hard, just to bring you back down to earth and to take your focus off all these spiraling thoughts. And then, instead of it triggering other thought patterns and because they go off onto all sorts, don't they, spiraling thoughts. One little trigger could lead on to a lifetime of thoughts coming back all at once, and it's not nice. So to ground yourself and to bring yourself back to reality is a must, just so you can actually see what's going on around you instead of feeling what happened to you years ago. It's very difficult, but once you start learning to recognise certain things about yourself, the reactions that you have to certain people, certain influences, toxic and negative and positive, Obviously we can get overexcited and, we still need to bring ourselves down, I have to do that sometimes. I get overexcited. I need to bring myself back to reality, which is the opposite spectrum to anxiety and panic attacks, isn't it? So, so it can go on both sides of the coin. But it's recognising it and recognising when you need to bring yourself back down to where you are or where you should be. Right, well, I'm going to read the next one because she's given us 4. Yes, you chose these, missus. I nourish my mind, body and soul. Yes, nourishing your mind. Toxic influences, they do play a big part in psychology, especially when it comes to empaths, people of a caring nature. We don't do very well, I don't do very well with toxic people, and being an empath, I don't think that, many others do either, it's being around that sort of environment, it can have such a bad effect on your brain. Because your brain just doesn't function very well in a toxic situation. You know, it's like putting a flower in, you know, planting it in a toxic area. You know, there's lots of poisons. It's not going to grow. It's not going to develop. It's not going to evolve. It's going to get diseased. It's going to die. You know, it's not going to flourish. So you need to do the same with your brain. You know, we are an organic thing that needs the right environment to flourish. And if you're surrounded by all these people that are so toxic that you start getting ill, you know, mentally ill, physically ill, then it's not an environment that you need to be in. You need to remove yourself from that environment and put yourself in a more nurturing environment. I've done it myself and it's worked. You know, I wouldn't be spewing out all this if it hadn't have worked. And I'm sure people, my friends especially, when I go on about toxic people, they must get pissed off. You know, me posting all stuff on Facebook and things like that and doing these videos. I'm always going on about toxic people, but it is that important. You know, if you sat at home and you're taking it all out on yourself and you don't know why. You know, why is the world like this? You know, who have I got around me that's making me feel this way? And once you actually do start looking into it, yes, isn't it? Once you start looking into it, you can start moving forward because you start making better decisions about who you let into your life, and putting up boundaries, you know. It's drawing that line in the sand that says that you come across this line and I know that you're doing it on purpose to control me, and sorry, but I've got to walk away from you, you know. But also food and sleep, what you drink, what you eat, you know, the energy that you give out. You need time to recuperate. It's like me today. I'm supposed to be going up to help my daughter pack up a lot of stuff at her house, ready to move to the new flat. But to be honest, I'm absolutely shattered. You know, I've been a busy girl for the last few weeks, going visiting people, going places and that. But now all this has come and it's all an urgency, and it's not just physically it takes it out of me, it's mentally as well. I mean, I may not go over until maybe this evening and do a bit more for her. I mean, it doesn't help that the buses are on strike at the moment, so we're having to take taxis everywhere. It costs a fortune. I mean, she lives on the other side of town, so it's like a 45 to an hour walk, depending on my pace. I mean, I do walk fast. It can take like 45 minutes. But it's like a 6 mile round journey, I think. Which, yeah, it does take it out of me, especially since I've put on a bit of weight. It is gradually going again. But, yeah, you know, you need time to look after yourself, especially either after triggers or after exercise or after, you know, doing a lot for other people. You need time to sit back and help yourself, you know, recharge your own energies. Even just going out and talking to people, you know, it depends on you know, what we call energy vampires, which, yeah, they come in all forms, you know, good and bad, but they do take your energy, and you do need to, no, you can't have your treats, that's not your treat, it's a leaflet. She's there trying to back things off. No. You can have some after the video. Hey, you chose these, you're going to have to listen. So yeah, nourishing yourself, nourishing your mind, your body and your soul. Just giving yourself the love and care that you need. It makes a big impact. And doing it when you need to do it, not when others say that you need to do it, or you know, say that you can't do it. If you're knackered, you're knackered. Your body will soon stop you. You know, you need to take your time out yourself, or your body will stop you in all sorts of different ways. Now we're going to read this one, are we? This next one. Peace is in my pulse. Yeah, I can say now, I give me sort of like Oh, even sort of like about a year ago, my mind wasn't peaceful, and it's difficult to actually calm yourself down after certain triggers. But now I know about a lot of things to do with triggers and the people that trigger me, certain things that trigger me. I can actually bring peace to my mind quicker after a trigger, um, just by telling myself that I'm safe. You know, it's not happening to me. Um, but feeling the emotion, it might not be peaceful in that moment, but once you feel that emotion of the trigger, whether it be fear, whether it be a heartbreak, or whatever it is, it's a feeling. And we do tend to push these feelings down, and they need to be felt. We need to understand why we feel this feeling right in that moment. Okay, well let's just do a scenario. The other day, when I was doing a reading for my daughter, there was just a little sentence that popped out in a reading, and it really got to me. Not in a bad way, it was good. Um, but I did get upset, I did cry. But I explained to her what I was feeling at the time and why I was feeling it. And then once I did that, and she even watched me do it, because yeah, I was bawling, tears flowing out my eyes, and just explaining the situation and why I felt like that and what I felt. And then once I acknowledged that, even she watched it, and I could feel it just that well, that emotion just drained away. I just felt peace. And I said, yeah, let's go. Look, finished, gone. And I stopped crying and everything, a big smile on my face, and yeah, let's move on with the reading. I mean, I call them spiritual breakdowns, you know. You're acknowledging that emotion, you're acknowledging why you feel that emotion, and the emotion just passes by itself. And it's a very strange feeling, because you know when you've been triggered, that emotion can last for days and days and days, but in the matter of minutes it's gone. And since then, yeah, I've just felt peace. You know, it's in my pulse. You know, very much so. I can control my emotions, and that is a very, very, very strange thing to do, considering I've not been able to do it for all my life. Yeah, very strange. Anyway, but yeah, peace is in my pulse. Oh, it's come out again. Right, somebody is having a bad day. Now, I did shuffle these before I made a video before, and this card came out, and I started doing the reading, and I stopped it and I deleted it, and I thought, oh, I'll do it again. I'll start I'll start shuffling the cards, and Saphi picked him instead, and this one come out again. So whoever is having a bad day, it is just a bad day. Okay, it's not a bad life. Look at what the triggers are around you that's setting your emotions off, and like I've just spoken all the way through, use those actions to calm yourself down. Feel that emotion. Why am I feeling angry? What's made me feel this way? Why am I feeling upset? What's made me feel this way? And acknowledge it. Okay, well, somebody cut me up while I was out. Right, why am I feeling angry? Because they cut me up. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do about that. I can't control other people's actions. Okay, chill out, calm down. Yes, he's a twat for doing that. He could have caused an accident, blah, blah. You know, it can go on to spiralling thoughts, and your anger builds up, and you get more and more irate. Then your concentration goes and something else happens. You know, you further down the road, you know, you be that focused on that last person cutting you up that you don't see the person 3 cars down suddenly putting the brakes on, and you're in a pile up. You know, it's that sort of thing. So trying to calm yourself down in that moment, and acknowledging, no, it's, it's just in that moment, and you don't take it on for the rest of the day, or the rest of the week, or the rest of the month, or the rest of the year. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. And you are in control of it. If there's somebody there in your life that's making your life hell, you don't have to put up with it. You do not have to, even if it is a job that you need to move from or something like that, get a new job if it's making you that miserable. You don't want to get up to go to work and the day drags on. Look for something better, and it will come along, because it's just like with the universe. When you try and better yourself, the universe will help you. It's like yesterday, with all this thing with my daughter with her flat. We was walking through a shop looking for stuff for the flat, and then I was looking at bras and stuff because it was closing there as well. And I wandered off getting some bras and stuff, and she gets a phone call, and I can hear her talking away, and she gets off the phone and she's like, "I've just been offered a job." And she told me about it. She said, "I can't remember applying for a job with all this, and I start the 8th of August." And then I think she phoned up for some reason, or they phoned her back, and she found out it was actually an old job that she used to have. And she's obviously reapplied for it, but it's been through a different, I don't know, maybe a different company that's dealing with it or something like that, and she's reapplied and she's got the job again. So she knows the job, she knows how much she's going to get paid, but yeah, she's been having all this panic about having to move, how she's going to cope with all this, having, the costs, for starters, because at the moment, like, with no buses going, because we both don't drive, we have to use public transport, and the bus is on strike, so we're having to spend money on taxis. I mean, she's had a loan through, and she must have spent £100 on taxis already, backwards and forwards. Same, well, not as much as me. I've not spent that much, but it's like £20 a time. So what? So 2-3 days that would be going up there. That's £60. Could go somewhere else, and whereupon a day rider ticket, bus ticket, it costs £5.60, and that lasts all day, backwards and forwards. We could do as many journeys as we want. So, but now she's got this job. She doesn't have to worry about where the money's going to be coming from. The universe, when you start making movements forward, the universe puts things in your way that'll help you. It might not be what you expect, but they all drop on at the right time when you've got that positive mental attitude. And just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you're having a bad life. Yeah, I do believe that's a message for somebody out there, because it's come out twice today, even if reading that I wasn't even going to do. It was the first card out, and I thought, no, we've seen this one before, I'll put it back in and I'll do another one. The shuffle and the cat picks it out, Yeah, yes, mind blown, gobsmacked. Anyway, I've waffled on for 20 minutes now anyway, so yes, it's been a long one. But they all led up to that one card though as well, didn't they? Yes, keep grounded, nourish my mind, body and soul, peace is in my pulse, and it's a bad day, not a bad life. So I'm going to have a cup of coffee, I'm going to wake myself up properly and decide if I can have enough energy to go and help Jade pack, or just chill out a bit today, maybe go this evening, or maybe even go tomorrow instead. Could really do just going tomorrow instead. And I know I feel guilty for saying to her that, yeah, I'll go up today, but then I have to think of myself. I know we'll get into the flat in time. I know she'll probably start panicking, oh no, my mum can't come round today, but I'll have to reassure her that it's all going to work out okay. Um, Deep down she knows it's going to work out okay. I know it is. I just trust the universe. I trust divine timing. I don't worry about those things anymore. And it's go with the flow. I'm sure she'll understand that her mum's getting old and knackered now. We have been doing a lot these last few days. So I'm sure she wouldn't mind me having a day off. Anyway, thank everybody for watching, liking, subscribing and sharing and commenting. You're all beautiful people. Your support is amazing, and the support that you give me and that you give others on this channel is just wonderful. And I can't thank you enough. Yes, you can't thank them enough either, can you, missus? She's just wants treats. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much, and bye-bye.